Okay, all right. So in our second day of what is or is not a function, yesterday we talked about conceptually what is and isn't a function, and today I'm going to show you some regions questions, and I'm going to show you a very easy strategy on how to answer all those questions. Okay, all right, let's go. Okay, all right. So yesterday we talked about. I gave you the definition of what makes a function and what makes something a machine, right? Not a function. Okay, and the analogy that I used, right, was the juicer, right, and also the basketball box score analogy. Okay, so today what I'm gonna do is show you what the questions look like, and then I'm gonna show you a strategy of solving them. Okay, very straightforward. Okay, let's go. All right, so here we have some questions here. Now, let me just pick on a question to show you. All right, I'm going to do two specific examples with you. All right, and that will give you some idea of how to do this. Okay, so let's look at the first one. All right, I'm going to label this number. I should really number these questions. All right, okay, so which relation is not a function, right? Which one is not a function? So again, remember what I said yesterday, right? The first number cannot repeat. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to examine what the first numbers are. And if I see someone repeat, then that's my answer, right? Because that's not a function. So that's all I'm going to do. Now, hold on, let's see. Wait, I'm not even like looking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's a function, right? Let's see. 4, 2, negative 3, 3. And then let's see, negative 1, 1, 3, 2, 5. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs, right? You see how the 1 repeats here? So it's probably this one, but let me just double check to make sure. All right, and the last one, let's see, negative 1, 0, 5, 2. Nope. Okay, and that's it. That's it. There's your choice. All right, and that's how you do it. Okay, that's it. Yeah, because remember, right, what I said yesterday, right? The x cannot repeat. Okay, all right. Now, let's look at number 4 here. Is this number 4? Yeah, that's number 4. All right, look at number 4 here. So which table represents a function, right? So look at this. Now, this is not a straightforward, but don't get thrown off. This is what you do. You literally just write it out, right? Because here you got x and then y, right? Because that's what f of x is, right? Remember that? So I'm just going to write it out. I'm just going to write 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 7, 4, 9, right? And I'm going to do the same thing for the second one. 0, 0, right? By the way, like the way they present this, right? You could have just written it vertically, right? Like x and y, right? So that's why, again, don't get thrown off even by the orientation of the table, okay? So negative 1, 1, 0, negative 1, and then 1, 0. And I'm just writing it down. I'm not even looking right now. I'm just going to like concentrate on writing the table. So 5, 4, 7, 2, and 9, 4. Right here we got 0, 0, 1, negative 1, negative 1, 0, and 0, 1. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to like just scan across, and I'm going to look to see which one repeats. 2, 4, 2, oh, so that's not a function, but the question asks you which one is a function, so this one's no good. All right, 0, look, the 0 here repeats, so that's not a function. 3, 5, 7, 9, okay, that's probably it. Let me double check though. Yeah, this one's no good because the zeros repeat, so it's choice 3. That's how you do it, okay? So again, like that's the strategy. So let me press pause right now and set everything up so you can try to see all the questions on one page, okay? All right, so just give me a second. Let me reorganize this. All right, so go ahead and try 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7 right now, okay? Give yourself about 5 to 7 minutes, all right? And then when you're done, unpause, and I'll show you the answer key, okay? So press pause right now. Okay, all right, and we're back. So let's look at the 5 answers, okay? These are straightforward because that's number 1, right? So these are straightforward, these two. This one, right, is a function. I accidentally picked 2, but it's 4. 4 is a function there. I love 6 and 7. Love it, okay? Because look, here, look at these numbers, right? They're saying, hey, if you put, which one of these can you fit in there and it will still be a function? So look at 1, right? The 0 repeated. So no, that wouldn't keep it a function, right? 5, same thing, that repeats, and then 7, that repeats, so that leaves us with 1, right? Because that would give us 0, 1, 2, 5, 7. So that keeps it a function, okay? I also like the last one because it's a written part of the question, so this is probably a part 2, right? It's kind of the same thing, but it's the opposite, right? Which one do you put in that would make it no longer a function, right? Which one? Yeah, if you put this in, right? Because this one would make -4 repeat, and that would make it not a function. So we have to pick the one that's not making a function. And then ask you to explain the answer, right? How do you explain it? Right here. That's your explanation, right? Each element of the range has to be paired with exactly one element of the domain, okay? If you don't want to say range and domain, substitute it with y and x, okay? All right, that's how you do that. Okay, all right, let's see. Now, I think I have 3 more questions left. Only 2? Oh, nice. Okay, all right, so let me make this a little smaller. Wow, this question is huge. Okay. I was just worried whether you guys can see this or not. And I can show you this. Hold on. All right, okay. Let me just double check. Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. What is that? 7, 8, 9. Okay, all right, so 8 and 9. All right, so 8 and 9. All right, so press pause right now, and when you come back, I'll show you the answer. By the way, so for number 9, these are the choices. It's terribly written. All right, these are the choices, like choice 1, choice 2, choice 3. It's not that it's terribly written, it's that the choices are terribly presented. Okay, choice 4, okay, so don't get thrown off. Okay, all right, press pause right now. Okay, all right, so what are we talking about here? All right, so for this one, all right, straightforward enough, right? Look what I did again, right? I just wrote all the points out and then see which one repeats, okay? It's better than staring at like a bunch of arrows, at least for me. Okay, so that makes 3 the answer. Okay, now I was gonna say something. I can't believe I forgot already. I told myself to explain this to you. What's not a function? So this is not a function. Oh, some of you might be asking, right? Hey, how come with a function that the x can't repeat but the y can, right? So for example, look at this last one, right? The y repeated 3 times. Because think about it like this, right? Again, let's use the machine analogy. If you have a machine, you just want to know that when you put something in the machine, that whatever comes out is predictable. Meaning you can't put, so for this one, you don't want to put a 5 in there and get a 4, and then the next time you put in a 5, you get a 6. That's a terrible machine. The machine's not doing its job, right? Whereas, looking at the last one, if you put 3 in, you get a 6, okay? If you put in 5, you get a 6. If you put a 7, you get a 6. You know what? The machine's predictable, right? In the first case, the machine is unpredictable, right? Because you could put 5 in, you get a 4. You could put 5 in, you get a 6, okay? Like, so what do you think is going to happen next, right? You don't know. What happens if I put a 5 in and I get a 7, right? You don't want that. Whereas this one, even though it keeps coming out, right, with 6, is predictable. So that means maybe, right, because I don't have the next value, if I put 10 in, I might still get a 6, right? If I put in 1,000,000, right, is that 1,000,000? It's only 100,000. Okay, right, if I put in 1,000,000, I might still get 6, right? So at least it's predictable, and that's what makes this a function, okay? Now, the next one, number 9, now, this is the choice. I know what some of you are thinking. You're like, yeah, but Mr. Ng, like, what about leap year? Like, yeah, I know about leap years. But no one ever said that a calendar is a function. Right, so you can't, so I think what this question is great at doing is it's seeing how well you will stick with the definition of a function. Okay? right? A calendar, no one ever said that a calendar is a function, right? A calendar is a calendar. It tells you the date, right? And the day of the week. Like it doesn't owe anyone anything for it to be a machine, right? It's not a function. Okay? So that's why in the strictest definition of a function, this is not a function because of this. Okay? All right, so not bad today. Yeah, that's it. Okay, all right, so tomorrow what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at what is not a function or is a function by looking at graphs, okay? So, and that, I actually like it. It's quite a bit of fun, all right? So, okay, all right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. OMG, that was so good.